Hi, class. Welcome back. I want to talk to you about the second section of the research proposal essay, and that is the historical and background paragraph. The historical context paragraph has 5 movements, and really it doesn't. It really has one movement, but you get to choose between these 5 sections in order to figure out how you want to approach the historical background. In the introduction paragraph, you've gotten the reader's attention by asking, you've gotten the reader's attention by providing an anecdotal introductory statement. And then in the second part of it, you provided a bridge where you show pros and cons, agreements and disagreements, or various points of view from various stakeholders in the conversation about your topic. And then you ended with a research question that serves as your thesis statement for your essay. And that is a how, why, or what question that makes your reader want to read more to figure out how you're going to answer this question. And so the next movement is the historical context paragraph. Now, you want to make sure that you give some key things to your audience when you're writing this historical context paragraph. One of the first things you want to do, you want to provide a historical overview of your topic, and that's going to be the what. You're going to use the journalist questions: who, what, when, where, and why. And so what helps you to establish exactly what the issue is, how did it start. You want to talk about the second movement of it, which is who's involved in it. You want to name the people. You want to name either the group of people, if it's the American Red Cross, or if it is, the Romans in the 3rd century AD. If you want to talk about an organization, you can. It's always better when you can give a specific person who's attached to the issue, maybe the very first person ever researched it or the very first person to have the problem. If it's a disease that you are researching, or if it's maybe a school system in the way that they haven't done some things properly, maybe you want to start with the origin of how that group came to be. The next thing you want to talk about is where, the geographical location. You want to be specific about where. You want to, again, tell me if it's in Rome, the 3rd century AD. If it's the American Red Cross, you want to talk about the fact that it's in the United States, and maybe, where they first got started and the type of work that they have done over the years. You want to make sure that you are very specific as you can be, because that just creates for more interesting writing, and it gives it a more academic flavor whenever you're specific as opposed to very general. Again, you want to go back to those journalist questions. You want to make sure that you're asking when. You want to make sure that you're answering when. So you want to give the specific year. So if it's the 3rd century AD, that's great. But if you're able to tell me that it was December 4th, 1914, that's even better. And the reason is because a lot can happen in a century. Whereas if you say 1914 in December, then we know it's right before 1915, and your audience can contextualize what was going on in the world during this part, or during this time frame. And if you've given them a geographical location, like if it's in the United States, then they can be thinking about westward expansion and all of the things that was happening, right before the Roaring '20s in the United States of America. So that type of thing. The next thing is you want to talk about the how or the why. Communicate how the issues that your topic faces, how it is going to attempt to correct it, or why it perhaps needs to be corrected. And so you ask a research question in the introduction paragraph. When you get to the second, I call it kind of the part 2 of the introduction paragraph, which is the historical context paragraph. You are now talking about the issues that resulted from the conditions in the world at the time, and the things that happened to this group of people. and how your topic seeks to correct those issues. All right, so that is the historical context paragraph. It is its own paragraph. It comes immediately after the introduction paragraph, immediately following the research question, thesis statement, and immediately before your first body paragraph, which we will talk about in the next video. See you there.